To get the live prices of cryptos, we need something called API. This API is providing us with the data which include the cryptos or the Bitcoin and also its prices. So in that way, we can be able to get every sometime, like let's say 10 seconds, we send a request to that API and it will send us back the current price of that crypto. So for that, first of all, I need to have some API. So this API can come from some websites which are providing those APIs for free. Of course, some of them are paid. I did a search about like finding a good API for getting the live prices of cryptos, and I found an API which is called Messari Crypto API. So if you put in Google this sentence, Messari Crypto API, you will get on the first link something called messari.io/API. So if you go to that link, you will see directly some example from that website, which is called Messari, and they have some example of an API. You can just copy that URL which is provided in the API, and it will give you some response which is similar to this one. So in that way, you will be able to get all the prices of cryptos in one call. So as you see here, we have a data, and first of all, we got first item, which is called, let's say, Bitcoin, and it has some symbol, which is called BTC, and then metrics, and the price in USD is 5,313. So let's try that API. You just need to copy that URL from HTTPS until end of it, and then put it in your browser. So I will go here, and as you see, I got all of those data. This data is in JSON format, so we can grab them to our application and send them to the client or to the front end after mapping it or just do some operation on it. We will analyze these data when we are going to use the API. So we will see real example in the front end or in the, like, for example, the client side, and how we will get those data, map them to somehow, and then display them for the user. So as you see, we have a JSON, ugly JSON data. We need to display those information in nice way to the user through a mobile application or through some web application. Also, I would like to mention that this API is providing with a very detailed documentation, so you can know how to use that API. So if you go to the homepage, you will see here, read our documentation, and it will take you to a site which says like messari.io API docs. So in that way, you will be able to read all detail about that API, and of course, we are going to learn some of it to our need based on our application. So as you see here, there is some limitation, like how to say request rate limited to 20 requests per minute. So I can ask for this data 20 times per minute and also 1000 per day. So this is the free plan. Okay, when you register with them, then you will have 30 requests per minute and 2000 requests per day. As well, there are pro users, so who are paying, they will get more and more. If you want, you can contact them and get more possibilities to access the API or create requests multiple times. Especially, we are creating a WebSocket. So we are going to update our data or create a request every 10 seconds, let's say. So now, if we go to the API, we are going to start with this request. We are not going to use the documentation for now. Let's start simple. So I will copy this one, get those data, and grab them to our Node.js application, as we will see later.